You ready?
Oh, wait, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Am I ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, Mike, could you move out of the way,
It was
please?
cold. It was cold. And my car was parked across the street. And as I went through, there was I didn't see it, but there was the rain. It was raining and all that, but there was a sheet of ice.
Oh, gosh.
And I fell. I slipped on the ice, and I'm laying down there. Just as your mother upstairs, she looks out the window, and she sees me crawling towards my car. I'm trying to get to the bumper to get the hell up.
Yes.
So she... She opens the window. She says, what are you doing? When I looked up, I said, God, thank God I don't have a machine gun. I would have shot her. I'm crawling. I can't get the hell up. I'm crawling. I got to the bumper, so I did get up, by the way. You know, I'm not laying there anymore. What are you doing?
Okay.
Oh, for
You're
Christ's
lucky
sake.
I could see you. I can't see that well.
Oh,
anyway.
in those days, that's 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
25, whatever it is. It's a lot of you. Certainly you saw then.
All right,
What are
that
you
excuse
doing?
won't hold anymore.
And now it's if I can't reach something, and I can't, it's very difficult to get up.
Oops. Well, it's one of the fun parts of getting old. I don't have the answers.
See that fan on your right side?
Oh, yeah.
That was our first air conditioner.
Yes.
It goes up high, you put that near a window, and it sucks in the air.
Air.
It's a big baby.
Vornado.
Oh, yeah?
Vernado. Or
They might
whatever.
still make those.
Look, at one time when we got married, they didn't have the air conditionings in the windows and all. You were lucky you got a fan that you put
They
in
didn't
there.
have air conditioning. Oh, I think.
My mother and father didn't have air conditioning then when we got married. We had window fans. And then
Did I ever tell you the story about my parents?
Which story?
Before your mother and I got married on the farm. Anyway, in those days, you see that picture, all the wedding pictures. We got wedding pictures.
Right, yeah, the photographer
Well,
took a few pictures.
we went to go to a photographer to get our wedding picture. Where the hell is it? It's upstairs, somewhere around here.
It's upstairs.
Upstairs. Oh, our wedding picture. And who was in the car but her grandmother? And the grandmother, and here I'm 21, 22 years old, and you're 21, 22. And your grandmother says, I knew your father's first wife. I didn't know that. She knew my father's first wife. And I remembered it like it happened yesterday. I could hear it now. As she talked, she kept talking. I felt a heat flash go up my back, and her voice was blocked off. But it still came through. I heard your father's first wife. Your father. At 21 years old, I found my mother wasn't his first wife. And then when I was 50 years old, I went on a house call. My mother passed away. And a little old lady called me at 7th and Girard. We lived at 2nd and Girard. And she called, the foot doc called me. My mother passed away 3-4 months before. And I went into this little old lady, and she said, I'm from the old neighborhood. I says, oh yeah? Where at in the old neighborhood? She says, well, I lived 1138 North 2nd Street. I said, you must be mistaken. I lived at 1138 North 2nd Street. She said, I was your father's second wife. You don't know that story?
Oh, he had 3 wives?
She's for, well, look, how old are you? You're just hearing it, like I am. I'm 50 years old, and she said, I was your father's second wife. She was very young, she married my father. I think she was 19. And her mother wanted her to marry my father because he had a shoe store, he had an automobile, and he was well-to-do.
That's what she thought.
Well, well, for that day and age, he was making good. Look, he had a big family anyway. And I found out that my mother was his third wife. At the age of 50.
Well, you weren't too interested in what went on in the house, I guess.
In fact, my two oldest brothers are half brothers. Do I say, you my brother? They were there when I got there. Who has a conversation like that? Nobody. Listen, you don't know the half of it. Did I ever tell you why I had a room all by myself on the ship?
You told them.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you told them.
Unbelievable. There's only 5 people had their own staterooms. 5. The captain with 4 gold bars. The chief medical officer with 4 gold bars. The executive officer with 3 gold bars. And then the dentist chief. And me, as petty officer, sergeant. I had my own room. Did I tell you that?
You told them.
I don't recall. No. Why
You
did
told
you?
you told them.
The reason is my whole life
Yeah.
has been changed because I could type. I'm rich today and everything today because of typing. A lousy, stinking year of typing. And I wherever I went, they pulled me out. They pulled me out. And I got a job on the ship, on the hospital ship. I was the secretary of this first lieutenant. He didn't have his own room. He slept with a couple of guys, you know. And I had my own room, was the office, really. I let down the hammock at night and I went to sleep. In the morning, I put it back up because people come in. On the hospital ship, I had a set of keys for every door on the ship. I was on that ship for a year. Nobody ever came in a whole year to say I lost the key. So I had my own 5 guys with gold braid and me.
What was the name of the ship?
Huh?
What was the name of the ship?
Sanctuary.
The USS Sanctuary. I had to keep the log. And when we went with that boat, we went off the coast of Japan, I think Japan or China, I don't remember now, and we took aboard our ship 1,139 prisoners of war. There was no Americans. They were British, Dutch, and Javanese soldiers that worked in the Japanese coal mines for years. And the reason I know the number, 1,139, I had to write the ship's log. And there can be no mistake. You don't rub nothing out. You know, and I had to list every name, 1,139, and what their rank was. And my records in Washington, I guess, I wrote, I don't know how many pages to put 1,139 names. I think they posted a guard outside. Nobody was disturbing. I don't know how long it took me to do that, but you were not allowed any erasure marks.
Interesting.
And I did it.
They were in English
You were
names.
rescuing these prisoners of war, or these were?
They were already
The war was over.
Right. You were returning them.
We went off the coast of Japan or China. I don't know
These
where the hell
were
we got them.
released. These were released from the
And
Japanese.
they came aboard our ship. We held. The thing is, I did something else. I got in a Higgins. You know what a Higgins boat is? It's a motorboat to an aircraft carrier, because we took aboard our hospital ship holds 850 beds, 850. But we're taking aboard 1,139. We needed cots. So they communicated with an aircraft carrier that had cots. And I went over there with the crew. I just went over there. And they gave me, loaded onto this Higgins boat, all the cots, and they were put on the deck. They slept all over the goddamn place. And don't forget, then when the chow line opened, food. You know what kind of food they were getting for years. Well, they went around again and again. They were getting sick from eating, you know. They didn't have food like that, so they were getting sick. So they gave, all these guys got a chit. They can only go around one time. 1,139. Someday I'm going to write a book about my father's 3 wives. I can't believe it.
Well,
What am I going to find out next?
was it the first one that he had kids with? And then the second one he
His first wife died from the flu.
didn't? And that was the mother of Aunt Bertha and Uncle Victor. and
Victor
Uncle
and Henry, yeah. She died from the flu. They killed them. Talked to somebody one day, and 2 days later they were dead. And the second wife was a very beautiful woman, a girl, young. Her mother, I did tell you that already, because my father was a good catch. He made money, he had a car, he was well-to-do, but it lasted, I understand, a year.
She didn't have any children with him?
Listen,
Obviously not, no. And then I found out later, I didn't know this, but my brother Jack was 3 years older than me. And I didn't find out 2 years later that there was another boy between him and me that died at 2 years of age.
between you and who?
Jack, my brother Jack,
Jack
was
was
3
the
years
next
older.
oldest.
And
So it was.
I come from a big family. There was there was 8 of us. There was 9.
Who was it?
A
Victor,
boy,
Victor, Henry, Bertha, this brother.
Henry was the oldest,
Oh.
then Bertha, and then Victor.
Oh, Henry, Bertha, Victor.
Then Jack, then me.
But you had somebody in between.
I'm the oldest one in the family now. They're all waiting breathlessly.
Well,
Well, as Woody Allen said, and I say the same thing, I don't mind dying. I just don't want to be there when it happens. That's a funny line. Woody Allen.
yeah,
I bet you if I said the dog's name, he would perk up.
probably.
Oscar?
He doesn't
I don't
hear-
wanna
then
say
it has
it.
to be
He's-
from one of us.
He's a beautiful animal. I love animals.
He is.
And
should-
you never see the lions and the leopards and the.
Not on TV that much, no. But you should come with us to the zoo.
I don't know where these lions are, but it's not. I don't think it's Africa.
No, probably.
Where the hell are they? I watch it.
Asia.
South America.
Asia, China.
Robin, you see that painting on the wall? It looks weird. It looks
No,
like a
it's-
Picasso.
No, she was good. It's like
Well, and the artist signed it, and I have some of her paintings. Not only her, it may be valuable someday. I don't know.
I think she was
She
good.
was a
Psychiatrist.
yeah. How do you know?
I know a lot more than you think.
She was a psychiatrist. And then I went to talk to her one day. I says, doctor, tell me I told her
Hey.
what the trouble was. This, that, and the other thing.
Watch your foot.
And all I know is the answer was, but I only make $50 a week. Well, it was a joke. It's a joke.
I like that. What do you think?
I
Jeff?
forget, where was she from?
nice.
I don't remember now.
Yeah, she was just somebody that doesn't.
You got, we have a few of the paintings from her.
But there's some behind that couch. Why did did she work? Oh, wait a minute.
Where was
She
she
must
from?
have worked at Irwin's place.
Right, I thought she did.
She was a psychiatrist over there.
Was she over there?
Well, where else would I meet a psychiatrist?
I
Yes, that's right. Yeah. But that's 25 years ago or more. A little more.
I don't remember.
What the hell was her name?
Well, her name must be on the bottom of it, I guess.
I,
You can see it, I can't see it.
it looks like a Picasso. But then it's behind that couch. It's another one or two of her.
There's
Oh,
one up
upstairs I got a painting in there in the middle room, and that guy made it every 2 hours. He
Oh,
made
right, right.
What was his name? Jewish name?
I don't remember. We used to see him at the Catskills or the
there.
Max.
Up in the Adirondacks or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But he must have made 10 million.
When
I
we
don't
were
think he
up
used
at
a brush. He used a napkin, a piece of cloth, and he in an hour, less than an hour, he made a painting, an oil painting.
Right.
He made so many that they can be valuable.
Well, you sometimes wonder.
Well,
All right. I have to get up.
I'm going to
I
look.
don't remember that. You mean that this woman was there at this?
Yes, she had to be. Where would I come to a psychiatrist?
I don't No.
I had need a psychiatrist until now.
I can't remember where she was from.
Absolutely.
What's her name? Her name must be on the bottom of the painting.
Of course it is. If I look at it, I can read it. In fact, we also had a specialist there that if you are allergic to something, what do you call it? He made the test to see what you're allergic to. He gave you some kind of,
I don't know.
whatever it is.
I forget.
What the hell was Lydia something.
I don't know.
Oh God! All right, I'm going to make some breakfast. I'm hungry. Finally. What the hell was her name?
Can't you see her name on there?
Oh, I forget. I don't know if you give me salt. What did we give it an
It's
S?
not
I think I
easy.
remember when I took it to get a frame for it. The party wanted to buy it. Somebody was there at the.
I can't see the name.
And they wanted to buy the painting. It was standing there, for me to pick up.
I don't know. I can't see it. It's here somewhere. Can
Says
you
Lydia.
over here? Huh?
Says Lydia.
Where?
Right
Point to it.
Lydia 89.
Lydia, where? I can't see it at all.
It's in that corner.
In the corner.
Lydia,
Oh, I see down here. Lydia something.
89. It's a number.
Can you read that?
We got a couple paintings from her.
Just says Lydia. It doesn't have her last
I
name.
say Lydia. If I could get a little closer.